Hello everyone, how are you doing? My name is Purity Mwenda. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we talk about motherhood. So before we start on today's discussion, if you're new here, kindly consider subscribing and become part of this incredible family. Also, do not forget to turn on the notification bell so that whenever I post a new video, you will be notified. If you are a returning subscriber, kindly feel appreciated. We appreciate you and thank you for considering our content. So right into the topic of the day. So today we are going to talk about a very important topic to every mother, which is nursing. Nursing, also known as breastfeeding. Breastfeeding refers to the process of feeding a mother's breast milk to her infant, either directly from the breast or suppressing, which is also known as pumping out the milk from the breast and bottle feeding to the infant. So it's either through actual breastfeeding, like the directly feeding from the breast, or using the breastfeeding bottle. So there are several reasons that breastfeeding is considered so important, beneficial to both the mother and a child. But number one benefit of breastfeeding is that it contains the ideal nutrients that every baby needs for the first 6 months for their growth. So breast milk contains everything that every baby needs for the first 6 months of their life in all the right proportion. Its component even changes according to the baby's needs, especially during the first month of life. Reason number two is that breast milk contains antibodies that help the baby in fighting diseases. So when the mother is attacked by bacteria and viruses, they produce antibodies that are eventually transferred to the baby through breast milk. So in case the baby is attacked by the same diseases or same bacteria or viruses, they are able to protect themselves using their antibodies. Reason number three, breastfeeding may reduce the risk of developing or contracting short and long-term diseases. This includes middle ear infection, respiratory tract infection, cold and infections, gut infections, intestinal tissue damage, sudden infant death syndrome, childhood leukemia, diabetes, bowel, and allergic diseases. Those are some of the diseases that breastfeeding milk, like breast milk, can easily help the baby not to have. So it reduces chances, meaning that breastfeeding children have lower chances of suffering from those diseases as compared to children who are being fed on the formula. So reason number three, breast milk promotes good health weight. So research shows that breast milk contains leptin, which controls and regulates the appetite and fat storage in babies or in infants as they continue to grow. So it's because it controls, leptin helps to ensure that the babies or children do not develop obesity or overweight in their childhood. And finally, breastfeeding helps in creating good bond and being smart in children. So when the baby is breastfeeding or they are feeding on their mother's milk, they are able to bond. They bond better because they are sharing something. Of course, they are sharing their mother and child. It's obvious they're sharing a bond. But when they're breastfeeding, when those direct contact, eyes, the smiles during the feeding, they're able to interact better and even developed better senses during their development stages. So those are the five benefits of breastfeeding in children. There are other benefits, 5 more benefits for the mother. So we are going to see how the mother benefits when they are breastfeeding. So benefit number 1 is that breastfeeding may help the mother in losing weight. So breastfeeding does help in burning calories, which is essential in losing weight, especially for the first 3 months of breastfeeding. So reason number two why breastfeeding is important in mothers is that it helps in uterus contractions. So oxytocin, which is a hormone produced during uh, throughout the pregnancy and also during labor to ensure that you deliver your child, it continues to be produced during breastfeeding, and it helps your body or your uterus to go to the go back to the actual size, because during pregnancy it grows to, of course it expands to accommodate the size of the baby, and so after delivery it's important for it to go back to the actual shape and size. Okay, so that's reason number 2. Reason number 3, breastfeeding lowers the chances of developing depression. Research shows that postpartum depression it's more common among women, yes, or mothers who are not breastfeeding as compared to mothers who are breastfeeding. Okay, reason number 4, breastfeeding reduces the chances of a mother developing ovarian and the breast cancer. Okay, other diseases that breastfeeding can prevent or can lower the chances of developing among mothers includes heart diseases, diabetes type 2, high blood fats, arthritis, and high blood pressure. Okay, so it helps in the long-term protection of the mother to ensure that they do not develop such diseases. And finally, the last and final benefit of breastfeeding is that it saves money and time. It can be done anywhere and at any time. So that's all for today. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.